In this series, we talk a lot about the design of a card, what it does, how it does it, and how much you have to pay for that effect. And while that's the most important part of card design, it's not everything. After all, would you rather play with cards that look like this or this? Art is a vital part of card creation, despite that it has no mechanical impact on the game itself. While you can play Magic with just playtest cards, it's so much more fun to be able to see the characters and locations you're playing with. So today I want to talk a little about how to find art for your cards. Unless you're a very good artist, you probably won't be making your own art, which means you'll need to find pieces that already exist. There are a couple rules that you should always abide by when using pre-existing art. First, always cite the artist. You are utilizing somebody else's work, and they deserve credit for it. You should put their name on the bottom left border of your card, like this. Second, don't use artwork from Magic. Artwork is the primary way that people identify a card from a distance, which means that if you're using art from another Magic card, it's highly likely that people will constantly assume that your card is something else. Now, I know you don't have a database in your brain to tell you which art pieces are from Magic and which aren't, but as you continue to design cards and continue to look at old cards for reference, you'll get a better feel for what's fair game. Third, your art should convey the same thing that your card's mechanics do. You want them to match in flavor. With that out of the way, let's start art hunting. I have several cards in a set I'm working on that need some art. First is Gorging Rat. So the idea behind this card is that most rats make a player discard a card. And with Level Up as a mechanic in this set, I thought it would be cool to have discarding be one of the costs. So this card is sort of taking more than its fair share, and I thought that would be a cool concept. So I usually type fantasy, art, and then whatever I'm looking for. So in this case, rat. And okay, what have we got here? There's actually some decent choices right off the bat. Sometimes you have to work around a little. Oh, that's funny. Rat King. A Rat King is like when rats get their tails stuck together and, they don't have opposable thumbs to get them untangled, so they have to just sort of live as one creature for the rest of time. And that appears to be what's going on in this art as well, which is actually kind of cool looking. Come to think of it, that fits the theme. Instead of Gorging Rat, we could put Rat King. And then instead of just having one big rat that's eating a lot, you're just adding more rats to the Rat King pile. I kind of like that. And we have an artist, Marcus Neidl. And if we go back to artstation.com, we can find the original. There is no disclaimer saying, please don't use this art. If there is, you should always check for that. And if there is, do not use that art, because that is what the artist wishes, and you need to respect the people whose creation you're potentially using. So, Rat King, we got Marcus Neidl, and then I often put the art website initials, so in this case, ArtStation, and so now we have some artwork, which is looking pretty cool. All right, what do we want to do next? Let's do Soulfire Apparition. So this is one of those creatures that comes into play, deals a lot of damage, and then gets sacrificed. It's an illusion elemental. So let's go searching for fantasy art illusion. Actually, I think elemental will be a more important word there. Elemental. Oh, I should probably specify that it is a fire elemental. And see if we can find some good art here. Okay, there's some decent choices. Anything that's jumping out at me? Not necessarily. Maybe remove illusion. Here we go. This one's looking really nice. It's nice and crisp. It's got that sort of weird one eye that evokes one of those weird elementals from Time Spiral, which is kind of what I'm going for. So before we actually put it in, we should double check that Ivan Tao is okay with it. Okay, that's looking pretty cool. We got the art, we got the artist name, and we're good to go. So let's do one more. Maybe Duplicate World. This is still a card in progress, but the idea is it creates a copy of each permanent you control. It's duplicating the entire world. So fantasy art, I don't know, let's just put Duplicate World. See if there's something that looks like two copies of the same world converging. Not necessarily. Maybe just two worlds? Yeah, it's going to get more of an opposition sort of thing going, like a Romeo and Juliet type deal. Oh, I get it. I know. How about seeing double? That could work, theoretically. I don't think it is. Well, maybe we'll come back to that one. Let's try Centaur Giant. Maybe it's Giant Centaur. All right. The idea is that this guy is massive. Well, that's pretty massive. It's giant. It's a centaur. It's good fantasy art. Let's take a look and see if this is fair game. Uploaded by, who is this? Tim Heidgeblanche. But it was uploaded by Alfredo Natos Lizotte. Hildebrandt, okay. Tim Hildebrandt, Giant Centaur. See, because I'm thinking that the person who where is it? Where'd it go? The person who uploaded this is maybe not the artist. So, oh, here we go. History, analysis, and facts. Well, it says that there's analysis and facts, but there isn't. Well, I found the artist name. I found the art. I can't find the original posting. But it seems to be working, so let's put it in. And there we go. We've got our Centaur Giant, humans for scale, and artist name. That's just a sort of brief overview about how I go look for artwork. So obviously some good sites to go to are like DeviantArt and ArtStation, and theoretically Pinterest, but usually like Pinterest is just a reposting from another website, and I cannot figure out how it works, and I hate Pinterest, but it does, could be worth it if you know how to use it. Yeah, I know this doesn't probably cover everything that you will need to know, so if you ever have any questions, feel free to drop a comment in the video, and I'll do my best to help you out with whatever you're working on. But that's going to do it for me today, so thank you so much for watching. If you liked this video, be sure to like, subscribe, and let us know in the comments what other videos you would like us to make. We'll be back next Thursday.